Quantity Radio. Welcome to another episode of Quantity Radio. Back with another amazing podcast, of course. For some reason, I always forget to say like and subscribe. So like and subscribe to this video. And also, if you're not listening, make sure you review it and follow it on whatever streaming platform that you're listening to it on. I like to start with talking about my week. I had a successful week. I think that I was pretty productive. I did a lot of things that I needed to do and take care of. A lot of errands got ran. I feel like my mood was, I had a good mood for this week. Good mood. Besides that, I want to jump right into the podcast. Yeah. Trying to get used to the mic. Bear with me. Okay. So on today's episode, we have a friend of mine that I've been knowing for a while now. His name is Czar. So Czar, how are you doing today?
I'm well.
Doing good. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to have you on my show. I know we've been actually talking about it for a minute. You coming on my podcast, and it's finally happening.
Right.
So shout out to you.
Super proud of you.
Oh.
I can truly say that I saw this coming. Well, not this podcast, but I knew that you were going to be in entertainment.
Oh wow! What?
Just from when we first worked together, and we'll probably talk about that.
Yeah.
On the web series, but I just knew that you had that it factor and you needed to be heard and seen. So this doesn't surprise me.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. Man, thank you for real. I have actually always wanted to be in the entertainment business too, as well. So, yeah, thank you for that. Now, he mentioned the web series. We gonna talk about that. Because I got my notes right here now. Let me see the web series. Knockdown.
Mm-hmm.
So Czar has a web series called Knockdown. It was on YouTube, correct? Mm-hmm. So I watched a few of the episodes and I was digging the episodes and everything, and I was like, man, I low key y'all wanted to be an actress for real. I could still act too. I feel like I could still accomplish that.
I'm sure you
can. Yeah. So that's how we initially met.
Right.
From that, because I wanted to be a part of that. And I auditioned, and I passed through the audition role. I think I was going to be, who was it? I think it was Rebecca, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
I think it was Rebecca, and I was like, oh my God. And I was going to be playing the role, and I was practicing my lines, and I was going to rehearsal. What happened?
Shoot. I guess you can say the bottom fell out of the project because, we went through a period where we kept losing people, At the end of the day, nobody was being paid. It was just friends, family, associates, that had a knack for acting that came on and took part in the web series. And so we kept losing key characters, and we had already swapped out the main character twice. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like we wrote her out. It was like we swapped in the middle of filming when we already had some episodes already out, and we had to.
Because they dropped out. So
they dropped out. So we had to bring another person in to play that role, and I felt like the more we did it, the more we confused the audience. Mm-hmm. So when you came along, we was probably on the third main character, which was Tammy, and then we ended up losing another key character, another actor that was a key character. So I said, you know what, we just gonna pause it and maybe revisit it somewhere later down the line, and it's still a possibility,
I was just about to ask that. I'm like, will you pick it back up? Because if
I've been
so,
actually thinking about just kind of doing a spinoff. You know what I mean? Because of so many people that was involved in that is not around anymore. You know, or I don't see or associate with them anymore. So it would be more of a spinoff, if anything.
okay,
But I
well,
think that it has such a great core story that it's easy to go many different ways with many different characters, like even Rebecca.
mm-hmm.
You know,
Okay.
so
Well, if you come up with, a spinoff, I'm the first one in line. I want to be a part of the series. I want to make my acting debut under, what you have going on. So
and
I'm
it's
open
people
to
can
that.
still view it who haven't viewed it. It's I think we have like I want to say 9 episodes or 10 episodes on YouTube still to this day. It's got over 100,000 views each episode. So it was really a popular local little series, and some of the people who worked initially, like Montreal. Remember Montreal, right?
I had some lines with
Yeah,
him.
Montreal. He was like being recognized all over the place when he would go out. And they were like, "You that dude, Marcus on
Yeah,
Knockdown,"
that was Marcus.
and he was taking pictures and signing autographs and all kind of stuff. So it was really cool. It really blew up, and it could have gotten even bigger if we had more of a tighter structure. I would say, but when people are not getting paid, it's not a lot that you can put on them as far as rules and regulations and the threat of firing and all of that stuff. So, but it was a great learning experience.
Right. To progress and move forward to bigger and better things, because I know
Yeah.
that's definitely coming. So, like I said, I'm open to that possibility whenever you do decide to, do a spinoff or continue with the actual knockdown series. I'm
I
open.
could honestly say too, though, that one of the things that I learned the most from that series is that you can't do everything by yourself. I wrote it, I shot it, I edited it.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it was just some days where I was just like, how much longer can I do all of
It was
this?
draining.
Yeah, yeah, and it was hard for me to turn some of those responsibilities over to other people because it's hard for me to trust people, with my art,
Mm-hmm.
but I did learn that you have to bring the right people in to help your dream become bigger.
Exactly. Can't do it all on your own. It may feel like you can, but that extra help, it really comes in handy and takes some of the load off of you as a creative.
Right,
If somebody has the same vision as you that you can trust, you'll go way further with help.
right, right.
So you're a filmmaker. You are a photographer because I see you do photography.
Mm-hmm.
You are a community activist, a father.
Mm-hmm.
You wear many hats.
Right, right.
Did you grow up in Stockton?
No, I grew up in the Bay Area. I came here about I want to say like 17 years ago.
Okay.
Came here with two of my kids and their mother. We were together 13 years. We're no longer together now, but we raised those two children here. And I came from the Bay Area. I grew up in East Palo Alto and San Mateo.
Okay.
So
Shout out APA.
yeah, but coming out here was just a breath of fresh air for me. Because I have a past. I got in a lot of trouble down there as a youngster, and ended up going to prison and California Youth Authority and all that stuff. So coming out here was just a breath of fresh air for me, as much as Stockton can be turned up too.
Yeah.
But when you're just not in that environment with those same individuals that you rocked with when you was in the negative, I call it, as long as you're in the positive, you can travel a different path, and that's what I've been doing here.
Okay. Okay. So I want to jump into the Jappa Juice.
Hmm.
Am I saying it right?
Jappa,
Juice. Where did the name come from? Is that like, it sound like it's like origin from like
It's
Africa or something like
it's
what?
actually Indian, like
Indian.
Hindu Indian.
Okay.
It's a Hindu term, and it has something to do with the hibiscus leaves. That's they call it Jappa. They call hibiscus Jappa, So that was my idea. I've always been good at naming things. I've named all my kids, all my companies, all my hats that you say I wear. I've
Yeah.
named all of them. But so Jappa was something that me and my current wife came up with, and the name came from being hibiscus as the root herb in it. That gives it its color. I think that gives it its bold taste the most. But you taste a few different attributes in there because it has several herbs. But Jappa comes from a Hindu word
Okay.
for hibiscus.
What brought about the juice? Because the juice is like I would say it's a very herbal juice, a bit like a healing type of juice. Definitely works good when you're under the weather. Or I first tried it when I had COVID. So I had COVID back in 2020. I had caught COVID, and I was just like, I really didn't have any bad symptoms of COVID, but I still felt the effects.
Right.
And I remember hitting you up. I'm like, bro, I'm sick. I need some juice. I need some bottles. And you brought them over. Thank you for that again, because that actually really helped me a lot. When I drank those juices, probably after like my second juice, I start noticing the effects. Like I wasn't coughing as much because I had like a slight cough. I wasn't coughing as much. I was starting to feel better as far as like being all sluggish and everything. And there is the Jappa juice right there, actually. So this is the healing juice that I was drinking when I had COVID, y'all. I'm telling y'all need to get you some. But definitely no, that really helped me out. So this is like the first item from the healing store, just healing, right? Like this is what kind of like started, because this is what I seen you promote first.
Well, we were online for 3 years prior to us opening the store.
Okay.
So we had Zari's Ocean Gold Sea Moss before we opened the store, and basically I wanted to jump in my own lane with sea moss, and that's how Jappa Juice came about, because I wanted to put sea moss in a bottle, but put it in there in a way where it wouldn't have the wrong texture, be too thick, have particles in it. So I just kept trying different ways to get sea moss to dissolve. And I finally, me and wifey will be in the kitchen, and we were like, here, what you think of this one? What you think of that one? And we'll be like, no, that ain't it. And then one particular day, we both looked at each other after drinking and were like, this is it right here. And so that's when Jappa was born. But speaking of COVID, you are one of 350 now people, a little more, that we treated during the pandemic with the Jappa Juice, and we never lost one person. So I think that's really big. It's not a huge number, but when you look at in our community, it's a big number.
Big. That's big.
And there was a couple people that we lost that we couldn't get it to, and we felt like if we did get it to them, things may have turned a different way. But we have snuck it in the hospitals. I had a cousin we almost lost her, and I was sneaking her Jappa Juice in the hospital. We had the security helping us to get it. This is at a time when nobody can come in there.
Exactly. So y'all
so
stuff.
we had security helping us and brought her back and got her out of there. Because a lot of people felt like if they go to the hospital, it's over.
Yeah.
They get you on that ventilator and it's over. But so yeah, that's where it came from, and right now we're at like 23,000 bottles, distributed. We just keep track by how many bottles we've ordered. So we're at 23,000 bottles.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That is congratulations
Thank
on
you.
that. That's crazy success with that, because everybody can't sell like that, and promote their stuff like that. And
but it sells itself.
It sells itself.
Yeah.
Was it? Because I'm telling you, when I had COVID, that it really brought me back. Yeah. I'm telling you, I was feeling real sluggish. I was asleep all day, my throat and everything. I had a little cough, and I like I said, by like the second bottle, I was like, oh, I'm like, I feel like my cough, lightening up, my throat, the sluggishness. I was up, moving, walking around. So this actually really works, and like you said, it sells itself, because 23,000 bottles.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy. It's not crazy. It's amazing. It's not
is.
crazy. I want to say that. It's definitely amazing. Let me just kind of read y'all what's in here. Spring water, sea moss, elderberry, cinnamon, hibiscus, ginger root, agave, and lime. So it's some good ingredients in this the Jappa juice.
You know, and the core ingredients like the sea moss, the hibiscus, the elderberries, even cinnamon. Those just standing alone are powerful herbs. You know, if you take them regularly, but it's just something about when they all are
Combined
blended together that it just made this juice amazing. Like women who take it on a consistent basis, drink it on a consistent basis, they notice that their hair grows a lot.
Wow.
You know, their skin is more glowy, you know, and their nails, you know, the hibiscus is doing that. And then you got also people that have been on it consistently that talk about how their diabetes is better, their blood sugar is better. People who are on it consistently notice that their blood pressure is lower now naturally. So I got some people that aren't even on blood pressure drugs anymore because they drink this on a daily. I got some clients that because we sell this in a subscription too, so you can get a monthly subscription where you pay one monthly fee and you get 7 bottles delivered one day out the week, so you have one a day. And we got some people that's been on that program for 2 years.
Wow.
You know, so
They're
like
doing
loyal
amazing.
customers. Yeah. So it's and then we have another juice called Baki. I don't know if you had Baki yet.
I don't think I have Baki.
Yeah, Baki is more like a black tea, and I wanted to do the same thing with sea moss, the same thing with the black seed oil that I did with sea moss, because black seed oil is really hard, it's harsh. You ever had it?
I bought some black seed oil sea moss from you.
Oh, okay.
Boy,
When I took that scoop, I was taste.
Like, oh.
Yeah, it's got a very, very strong taste.
It's potent.
But when I infused it in the juice, it just came out perfect with the black tea. You know, so it's like a sweet tea, but you feel that kick of the black seed in there too, and you know that's really good for inflammation. You know, gut health. People who have asthma, they take black seed regularly. It's anti-cancer properties. You know, so Baki is coming on strong, you know, especially in the store. You know, the store has been open 4 months, and Baki has sold 3/4 of what we've sold in Jappa. Yeah.
Wow.
So, and then we have the water now. This is a woman-owned water company from the East Coast. It's all women that own it, and we got a hold of it, and we was like, this could be good for our store. So we brokered a situation with them, and now we're an exclusive distributor of it in Northern California.
Wow, this is 40-ounce water. Y'all see it shaped like a 40-ounce.
And
their
theme is, or their whole thing is doing the math for you. So they say that 80 ounces should be the daily recommended goal of water. So they say just drink 2 40s.
And there you go. Instead of people look at it like I'm drinking all these bottles of water, these 16-ounce bottles of water. It's like, I don't want to do it. But when you take 2 of these, you knock it out already, your daily, and then anything else is extra, which is, you know, what you should be doing anyway, because our bodies are made up of so much water already.
And no association with E40. You know, I hit him. You know, he's a good friend of mine, so I hit him. I was like, bro, you might want to look at becoming an investor in this, man. Right. Because everybody coming in my store saying, I'm going to get 40's water, you know.
And it's not even his.
It's not even his water, you know, so.
Shout out 40.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this water is actually, it's good, too. I done took a little sip.
Yeah, people like that have tasted it and gotten used to it at the store, like they faithfully come get it weekly. So it's really good water.
Okay. Yeah. So let's talk about the store. Just Healing. What prompted you to open the store? Did you feel like it was just maybe like a need in the community. I feel like that. I know your reasons may be different, but we definitely don't have any stores like that, especially in Stockton, especially black owned at that.
Right.
So I wanted to hear why. What prompted the store?
So, like I said, we have been online for 3 years, close to 4 years now, with Zari's Ocean Gold Sea Moss and our different products online. And to be honest with you, at one point they got so busy online that I was like, I wish that just in Stockton that they could just come somewhere and get it.
Yeah.
Because I do all the deliveries myself. I ain't got no delivery driver. You know, my wife do them too. But
Shout out wifey.
we was just on the go so much. I was like, man, we need to just open up a store. It's an untapped market. You know, all we got is Greens Nutrition up the street. You know, but that's not really us. You know what I mean? So we need something that will serve our community. So we just went out and did it. You know, got a space and some products. You know, a lot of African products. A lot of our products come from an African company. You know, and you know, introducing people more to our product and having a destination where they can come. You know, and get sea moss. And you know, sea moss is big on the East Coast. You know, it ain't as really big in the South yet, but and God willing, this will just be store number one. You know, we gonna use this same motto and demo that we done here and try to do it in other places, because it's been very successful, very well received in Stockton. And if you could do something in Stockton, you can do something anywhere, because this is a stubborn city. This is a stubborn city when it comes to support. But then again, like I said, it's something that nobody else has. You know what I mean? Nobody else is selling sea moss like that. You know, there's a few people out there, but we are kings when it comes to, and queen when it comes to sea moss right now.
Yeah, y'all put y'all stamp on it for sure.
Yeah, we got all different herbal sea moss infused with different herbs. You know, so I took that same formula that when the herbs combine, there's an explosion of good health, and we infuse different herbs. Sea moss already has 92 minerals in it, you know, of the 102 that the body needs. And so we infuse them with other herbs so you can get the benefits of not only the sea moss, but those herbs as well. So, but yeah, so we 4 months in now. Store is doing amazing. Parking is tough, but we have we still have our the store and our website interconnected, so we have buy online, pick up at store now. So you can order it online and then say, hey, when you get the notification saying that it's ready, you can say you can call and say, hey, I'm on my way. I don't want to come in. Can you bring it out to me?
Curbside delivery.
Curbside, yeah. So I learned that because I still have a regular job too. You know, I'm a manager at Home Depot. So I've taken everything that I've learned there and kind of like implemented it in my store from an inventory standpoint, from a marketing, sales, and all of that. So
amazing. So, like, what other products do you sell in your store? What can people purchase at your store? I know you have the sea moss, you got the water, you got I think like the African black soap.
Yeah, the African black soap, shea butter. You know, all the stuff that you would have to go to Oakland sometimes to get, or you know, or Sacramento or somewhere. You know, we just want to have it all here available for the people here. So we have over 100 different soaps. Wow. You know, natural soaps, bar and liquid, hand soaps. We have vitamin capsules. We got sea moss capsules, elderberry capsules, turmeric capsules. You know, all of the main ones, and we're still trying to expand our inventory. You know. So we're working on that, but most people come in. The juice is what brings them there, and then they see everything else, you know. But Jappa is calling them, you know. Right. That's what brings the traffic, and then you know everything else is in there that gets looked at too. So, but I'm trying to think what else. We got some yoni products, you know, for women.
Like yoni steams and
we have the yoni steam herbs.
Okay.
So we don't do the steams, but we have the herbs that you can use for the steams. We have yoni oils, which are good to help balance your pH, and we also have them flavored, you know, with different, so you can make it fun with your partner, you know.
ladies.
Yeah, we have yoni bath bombs. We have yeah, it's a lot. Like we have a big selection of natural teas. And bitters. A lot of people are not aware of bitters,
That taste,
living
boy.
bitters. And when I first tried them, I thought that I could never do it again, and then I just got used to it. But the benefits is just amazing.
It's like detoxes your body.
Detoxer and energizer.
Is horrible.
Yeah, but you just gotta find ways to get that taste out of that aftertaste out of your mouth, and I think I've mastered it because I use a lime squeeze after I take it, and that does the job. I probably have to squeeze it a couple times, but it does get that taste out of your mouth. But we have like I want to say 25 different bitters, you know.
Wow.
So we have libido booster bitters for males and females. Even got one called orgasm booster. You know, it's made with herbs that stimulate the woman. You know, so yeah.
Okay, y'all need to come on down to that store and get y'all bodies together. Okay, so I had seen you make a post on Facebook about the ability to help heal your mother. And that was very touching to me because I'm into herbs and holistic healing, everything like that. And so I would love to help people out if I see them like taking certain medications, pharmaceutical medications, being able to redirect them to something else natural that's not going to have side effects, no negative side effects, and just to assist people with that. And for you to actually have assisted in helping heal your mother, how was that for you? Because that's powerful.
It was a long process because our parents are stubborn.
Yeah,
A lot of our parents are stubborn.
they are.
And you know, when you have a parent that comes from that old school of always listen to the doctor, you know what I mean, and not all of that other stuff is like, you know, is not really something that you should really be dependent on. That's the kind of mom that I have. You know, my mom is a real listen to her doctor. And so even though she's seen me do some amazing thing, heard some amazing stories about healing, it still took a long time for her. I had to find something that she would like. And so I knew that she liked tea. I found out that she liked iced tea. And so I said, let me try this Baki. Send her this Baki and see how she liked it. So when she would come over, she would drink it and she just loved it. And then she started seeing like she had some swelling in her ankles and in her legs. And she started noticing that when she drank the Baki, the swelling would go down. And so she just made that connection and said that this is not the medicine that I'm taking. This is something that my son gave me. So now she's just like, I need my Baki, you know, and she lives all the way in Hayward. But my wife, she works in Oakland, so I have her drop her son off on a weekly basis. But it's helping her, and she admits that it's helping her. And so she just stay with it, you know, because she has kidney issues. But I can say that my wanting to heal people probably came from me seeing my grandmother with all of those pills on her side of her bed my whole life, because I grew up with my grandmother as a little kid, and just seeing all of that medication on the side of her bed that she used to take, I think that had an effect on me. And then later on in life, you know, I embraced Islam, you know, and studied the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and read How to Eat to Live, book 1 and 2. And from there on, I've always been health conscious, you know. And then I met a master healer. His name is Nate. He has a company called Alkaline Vibes. And I was able to work, kind of like be an understudy of him, you know, and watch in him in action, you know, like really heal people. And I was like, man, I think this is my calling, you know. I think this is my calling. And then he used a lot of different herbs, but sea moss is the one that really stood out to me, and what I used to hear Dr. Sebi say about sea moss, and that's what I gravitated to. I said I want to approach it from the sea moss lane, you know, and that's what I've been doing. And my right hand woman, she been there with me through the whole process. But my children, I have 8 children, and my younger 2, the youngest 2 before the one I have one now that's 3, but I have a 19 and a 20-year-old. Those are the ones who were in Stockton that we moved out here with. They were 3 and 4. Every time they would get sick, I would always make a concoction for them. And it was turmeric, ginger, lime, garlic, and I would make them drink it, and they would feel better. So they always tell me, Daddy, make that for me when they got sick. And now I use those same herbs, and I have we have a product called MU Energy, but it consists of those herbs, a few more herbs too, but it's one of our most successful products too. But it came from that little formula that I used to give to my kids. So
that's basically for like cool. Immunity and
building an immune system and giving you energy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And that's amazing because people that have a niche for that, like I feel like I connect with them too. So we connected on the web series and then find out we're into like the same type of thing.
The holistic stuff.
Holistic healing is amazing. So maybe we can work together in that aspect too, because I be putting together my little tea tonics at home and putting my elderberry, putting them, I was just telling somebody, I was like, I got the lemon balm in there, I got the elderberry going on, I got the, making up my own little teas and stuff and just putting it together. And that's something I do on the daily actually. So I'm building my herb cabinet right now. I think I got about 7 herbs so far. I'm starting off, and just putting stuff together. But it definitely it makes you feel good to know that you don't have to take those pharmaceutical drugs that are out there. Right. Because I feel like everything comes with a side effect, or you hear 2-3 years later after a medication comes out, or this causes this. If you experience hair loss, if you got mesothelioma, you know what I'm saying, you can sue and all this stuff and like that. They knew this from the beginning. They didn't put the drug out there and knowing it wasn't no good for you, and that's just how they make their money.
And they knew it going into it, and what they are given as a settlement for those who are negatively impacted by it is nothing compared to what they made off of it.
Exactly.
It's just
millions
it's just
of
a flash
dollars
in the pan. Yeah. So, it's definitely need to get our community going more on the holistic way.
Because they don't.
But we slowly waking up. Being a healer and being in that lane and seeing the type of people that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis, we are waking up. We are waking up as a people.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Everybody's like slowly waking up. The more they see this, like more mainstream now on social media. I know before it wasn't kind of like you didn't see that on social media, and now it's like I see a lot of pages about healing pages, herbs, and everybody trying to get you to eat healthy, alkaline, vegan. So I wish more of our people would step into that, and like you said, they are. And once we do that and learn that we can heal ourselves and not have to go to the doctor. I mean, not saying you shouldn't go to the doctor. You should still go to the doctor to figure out, what issues you might have. But once you go to the doctor and figure out what issues are going on, you can properly address and go get the herbs.
Take a natural approach.
The natural approach that you need to take. Now, word around town is that you are looking to start your own podcast.
Well, not so much my own. I want to produce some. Okay. With some personalities that I think would be good for that, like Jared.
Man.
He's somebody that I feel like is just a good communicator, good conversationalist, has a lot of people that he knows from different walks of life. So I said, man, me and him conversate on a day-to-day basis. Like that's one number probably that's going to be on my phone on a day-to-day basis because we communicate every day. And just in some of those conversations, I've come to realize that, man, you need to be asking questions. You need to be asking questions and giving your viewpoint and giving other people a platform. So you need a podcast, man. And for him, it was like a podcast. You know what I mean?
He was like never thinking about it.
Yeah, never thinking about it. But now he's embraced it. And we got all of the equipment for it and everything, but we just haven't settled on a location yet. And me devoting the time to produce it, do this stuff. That's I don't know. Might have to have somebody else.
Yeah, so you more on the producing side, not the actual
The
interacting.
creative part. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are a creative, so I think that podcast would be successful. I'm.
And then
down
there's
for
another
that.
friend of mine named Ashley. I don't know if you know Ashley Hampton. She just opened up a Zen lounge downtown. You heard
Oh,
about
okay,
it?
yeah. Ashley Zen Lounge right next to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tattoo.
She's got an amazing space. She has something called a biocharger in there. You guys heard of a biocharger?
Let us know what
It
it
looks
is.
like something from Back to the Future. It's a box, and it points towards you, and you run it, and you see all of these electrical charges and stuff in the box, like making all of this noise, but it's shooting positive energy towards you. I can't really explain it, so don't let me misquote it. But look up biocharger. But it's a popular way of healing right now.
Wow.
Biocharger, and then she has 2 salt chambers where you sit or stand up in these glass chambers, and they have salt, Himalayan salt on the walls,
Himalayan.
and then it blows air, so the air and the salt does something for your health as well. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but and then she does bowl therapy with the sound bowls. They do meditation, and she's like a little sister to me. So I've watched her growth, and I'm so proud of her. But she would be great for a podcast too. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
about to say we would have to bring her on the podcast because I'm into sound bowls. I'm into all that meditation, the yoga, pink Himalayan salt is also good for you. Has many amazing health benefits. So I'm definitely gonna have to check her out because I kept hearing her on the radio. It was
Yeah.
like, come to, it's got to open
Mike.
Ashley's Zen Lounge. And I was like, okay, I might have to go check her out. So definitely, and now that I know you know her now, I'm like, you know what? Let me put her on the podcast. I might have to speak with her about
Yeah,
coming
she
on.
has. I think with podcasts, it's all about perspective. If you have a great perspective, like you have a great perspective, and you can channel that, and you can bring certain things out of your interviewees. I think that's what makes a person successful on a podcast. Perspective, what your perspective is.
Definitely.
So Ashley is very opinionated. She's very well versed in a lot of range of topics. So that's another person that's on my radar too that I want to try to help do something with. And they have what's cool about her space is her and her fiance is her fiance is one of the baddest tattoo artists you'll ever meet.
Is he the one that's next door?
Yeah, yeah. So they have both of their. His is JB's Ink Lounge. I think it's Ink Lounge.
Yeah.
And then hers is Ashley Zen Lounge. So they,
Combine that together.
both together. A door, you can walk through one door and get from one to the other.
Oh wow.
So it's just dope. The mathematics of it is just dope. So and they're about to get married on the 2nd. I'm going to their wedding in La Jolla, California.
Down by San Diego.
Down there. Yeah. Bound by San Diego. Yeah. I'm excited about that. But
I miss San Diego.
But yeah, I'll hook you and Ashley up. So she'll definitely come in.
Okay, cool.
And that would be a great.
We're making connections and bringing in people. Look at this. God is good. God is good. So, what can we expect next from you? Because I know you got the store. You selling out like crazy. I feel like another store is like on its way. I just see stores. We going to the Bay. We going down by LA. We hitting up other states.
Yeah, I'm thinking about we're thinking about Texas somewhere.
In the South,
because I got family there, and definitely in the Bay Area, which is home really for me, But my thing is they say you're supposed to have 7 streams of income. Every millionaire has 7 streams of income. So I'm like, what's gonna be the next stream? You know what I mean? Like, it don't even necessarily have to be a store, but I'm thinking about some other things where I got to do something else, Because the more fishing poles you have in the water, the more likely you're gonna catch a fish.
Exactly.
That's how I look at it. So, But definitely store number two is definitely in the forefront of my mind. But it don't won't just stop there. I got some other stuff I'm thinking about doing too.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. I can see you expanding and doing a whole bunch of stuff, especially as a creative. Like your mind's constantly going and thinking of ways, what can I do or how can I do this? How can I help here? So I already know you got some stuff on the forefront that's going to come into fruition.
And I really want to pick that camera back up and really get busy with that camera. Um, it's just that I did so much in such a short amount of time with film. I did 1 year. I did 150 music videos. Like 1 year, that was a drainer, and edited them all myself. Never hired anybody to edit them. Shot them, wrote the treatments, edited them. I did 2 documentaries in 1 year. One is still getting shopped right now. That's or I helped with that documentary. I can't say I did that documentary, but Daryl Reed is like a big brother to me. He did 35 years. Well, he had a 35-year prison sentence. He caught the case in 1988. Got caught with a bunch of dope in Oakland. He was 19 years old, and they gave him 35 years in the feds. He did 28, walked off 28 years, and came home. But he was running like the biggest drug organization in the Bay Area at 19 years old. And so he has that story, of what it took for him to do that, and then what it took for him to go do 28 years in 13 different federal institutions in 13 different states, and then still walk out with his dignity. And now he's buying real estate and throwing the biggest parties. We just went to one of his parties, the white party.
I seen you. I see y'all there with the all white.
So his story is just a tremendous story. But Daryl Reed. So I worked on his documentary for them. But I did my own documentary called Crimes of Police. It was a documentary on police brutality, and it highlighted 7 cases in this area, who were killed, people that were killed by the police. So that one was in like 5 film festivals. So that was in 2 years I did that. Then I did the web series, and then in between that I did a whole bunch of photography. So it was just a lot in a small amount of time, so I really just got burnt out on it. Yeah. But now I feel like it's calling me back again.
You took that break that was needed.
Yeah, but then I took the break when all the money started coming in for people with film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people start getting these web series, turn them in. They end up on Amazon or end up on
Netflix,
BET,
Amazon,
Netflix.
Yeah.
What's the one chick that's got one of the biggest ones? The black chick. No, it's the other one. She stars in her own.
Issa Rae.
Oh,
that's my girl.
So we was doing our thing at the same time. You know what I mean? On the internet. You know what I mean? But she just took
went
off
all the way hard with it.
Took off. Like
yeah.
I was like, wow. But I really at one time considered her a peer. Even though I don't know her, but we were kind of like doing the same thing at the same time. So like I said, but when I got burnt out and stepped away from it, that's when that was the wrong time, really.
Speaking of burnout,
financial wise,
like how do you deal with burnout? Because you have a lot going on. You got many hats. You got your hands in all different types of stuff. So when you experience burnout, what do? You have you got to calm down, meditate. Do you have to take a vacation? Confide in the wife? Like what do you? How do you deal with burnout?
I think for me, it's trying to figure out something else that I could do.
He don't deal with. He just keeps going.
I just keep going. Yeah, because I think it keeps me sane because an idle mind is really the devil's workshop.
True.
So I gotta keep doing something. I gotta keep recreating myself. That's what I call it. And but how I deal with it is just deal with it.
Just deal with
I don't have no, I don't have no certain mantra or anything to deal with burnout. But I think that I do let it build up too much instead of, so maybe I need to have something to kind of like scale it down in the earlier stages, because once I get to that
That
boiling point
boiling
where I'm
point.
done, I'll just drop it and walk away from it.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah.
So you like take like a little break in between time, you know, because like you said, when you get at a boiling point, it's like, all right, I need a break, like a break.
Right.
But you could have like some different methods of dealing with burnout if you need to listen to some music, or you just need to take a few day break, or maybe a vacation. When the last time you've been on a vacation? It doesn't even have to be far. You could, you know, travel up to Lake Tahoe, or you can go down to like you're going to San Diego, right? So that could be like a little, you know, a way to deal with the burnout and just relax, you know, and get your mind back together, and then proceed back to having, you know, all the stuff that you got going on.
I think for me is now that I think of it, alone time is the best thing for me. You know, but sometimes that don't work when you can't just say I need to be by myself. Or I need to be alone when you have a significant other. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I just need to be by myself. You know, that sound like, wait a minute.
Wait.
You know, so, but I'm a loner at heart, you know, and
Same.
that's one thing that she's had to learn about me, you know, that when I say I just need some time, I just need some time, just me time, you know. And that's not me over here with anybody else. It's just me with nothing on. Like sometimes I just sit with nothing on. I'll sit in the car just with nothing on and just hearing, you know, what's around. You
And
know,
she
at
understands
that.
that.
Yeah.
And it's good. I feel like it's really good to have a partner, or significant other that understands that, because I myself, like, since I've been being on this journey of self-love and just being by myself, I enjoy my alone time. So, you know, for someone to understand that, you know, they really, really love you. Because some people are like, well, no, you out doing this or you doing that, or they may feel like a little insecure or something. But it's really just me needing that quality time by myself, letting my mind relax, or just like you say, I don't even have to be watching anything or listening to anything. I'm just being present.
Just listening to the atmosphere.
Exactly.
The sounds of life, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell everybody where they can find your store, the website, them documentaries.
So I used it in the film game. I used the name Czar the Dip. So if you Google or YouTube Czar the Dip, you'll find anything that I've done. But we have a website, Zari's Ocean Gold CMOS.com. And Just Healing Community Store is at 17 South San Joaquin Street, downtown Stockton, right around the corner from the Bob Hope Theater. And now I've been getting accustomed to telling people right across the street from Social Mico.
Oh, the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, and I had the hardest time trying to learn how to pronounce
it's
that.
With an X. I can't.
Yeah, I was like, say that again. Like, So yeah, right across the street from Social Mico. That's one way I describe where we are, or where the X spot used to be. We're in the
by
building,
the courthouse.
where the X spot used to be.
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, very historic part of town. You know, nothing happens on accident. You know, I feel like it was meant for us to be there. You know, for however
Creating
long
history.
we are here. Yeah. And I also learned that it used to be a record store in the '60s where you can own. That was one of the only places you can buy black music in Stockton.
Wow.
So it's got some historic value to it.
Okay. And those web links will be socials. Yes. Those websites and socials will be in the description. You can just go down, scroll down, and click on it and be directed right to Czar's website and the information for his store. Everything will be in the description below. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
I appreciate you having me. Like I said, I'm proud of you, and I was totally able to see this. You know, you're doing something behind the camera, behind the mic, something. You know, I saw that coming, so I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work, and if you ever need anything from me, you know, let me know.
Thank you so much. And he came by, y'all, and I'm talking about, I got how many? I got like 3 of these. I got 3 of the Jappa Juices. He gave me some sea moss. So ain't no excuse for me not to be on my healthy tip every single day this week, okay? So thank you for that as well also. And yeah, you know, we're going to have another episode one day soon. This is not the last episode with Czar because we're gonna do some work together. So thank you for coming by again, and like and subscribe. Don't forget, click that little thing right there, and if tell somebody about the podcast, share it with a friend, and I'll see you guys on the next episode of Quantity Radio.
Peace. That seemed like